it's time for another Amazing Wastieist video. And I want to get to one other video we make, and I will post a clip, like maybe over there or something. But I'll use sound clips anyway. So whatever. Okay, so he makes his last video about the zoo. Okay, we gotta do that one first, just because he did something really stupid in that video. You want to point out what he did? No. You know, I think you're an idiot. I mean, I think you're just worrying way too much. He's a comedian. He's just being funny. Okay, don't you get it? He's just being funny. He said in there, like after he said the really stupid thing, he said, right, another really stupid thing, like it was preposterously stupid, like I think people ought to be allowed to feed their kids to the lion at the zoo or something. Yeah, but that's not the point, okay? The point is the whole attitude is just bullshit. Why would you say something like, oh yeah, zoos are just for mocking the animals, and yes, what they should do is take some cows or something and feed it to the animal so we can watch the animal get torn to pieces. When in the real world, people are doing that. They're selling tickets to people to go watch wild animals rip domestic cows to pieces, shred by shred. People are doing that right now in tour buses, watching that shit happen right now in this world. Yeah, well, so what? All kinds of shit's happening in this world right now, and you're not fixing any of that. So why are you worried about what this guy is saying in his little comedy routine? It's a comedy routine. Unfortunately, the fucktards that listen to him don't know the difference between when he's being funny, haha, and when he's just being, you know, when he's serious about something. So if they can't make the distinction, or we can't be trusted they can make the distinction, then there has to be some other mechanism here to control what the fuck the impression is. Because he has to be accountable for what he's promoting in other people, the kind of crazy, stupid, fucktarded insensitivity he creates. I mean, he can say one thing, but he does another thing, so to speak. Well, actually, I don't think he does anything in videos. He just says things. So you're saying he says one thing and then he says something else. Well, that's true. I mean, one minute he's talking about the suffering people of the world, and the next minute he's mocking suffering. So yeah, I'll concede, but that's comedy. You just don't understand comedy. You don't have any fucking sense of humor. No, what I have is enough intelligence to know the difference. I mean, there's some things you make fun of, and there's some things you don't make fun of. I mean, there should be lines somewhere. I mean, everything isn't open for comedy, all right? Because it's, you know, because there's an implication to simplistic and superficial and insensitive thinking. It does have a consequence in the long term. Yeah, I agree that there's a consequence and that some people shouldn't just be allowed to say whatever they fuck they want. I mean, it's like I remember Cody in his video said that most people throw litter out of their car windows. No, most people don't do that. So you're right that there's a point where people shouldn't say things that are just fucking stupid because they're stupid asshole. It doesn't mean that everybody else is a stupid asshole. I mean, I have to concede, I never threw garbage out of my car window. I mean, it never occurred to me to be an asshole because I drove on roads and I saw the garbage on the side of the road and said, oh, why would I put garbage on the side of the fucking road? Yeah, so you get my point. There's some fucking consequence to this kind of bullshit rhetoric, and people should have to pay something for it. It shouldn't be free to be a jackass comedian when you're saying something like, yeah, let's all laugh at suffering. Haha, it'd be really great to see animals have their hides ripped off and we got the blood spurt out of their eyeballs or something. I mean, it's not fucking funny. It really is. There's other things to laugh at. Laugh at your own big fucking feet. Yeah, do more videos about his size 14 shoes and how hard it is to buy size 14 shoes. Go ahead. Laugh at your fucking big fat feet. Well, I concede he could make more jokes that were self-deprecating, self-destructive, self-humiliating, laughing at his own pitiful, horrible essence. That would be a better strategy. Yes, okay, it's a safer road, it's a more decent road, it's not as cheap, alright? So yeah, it'd be nice if he put up instead of played this game. So just humiliate, you know, he just should make more jokes about his tiny penis and just leave animals and their dignity and their suffering out of the equation. I agree with that. Well, good. Now can we move on to the rest of the fucking video, because now we've wasted so much time on this subject because you're too fucked hard to get the simplicity of this argument. That you just don't fucking make stupid dumb jokes about fucking suffering, because suffering isn't a fucking funny fucking subject. Alright, yeah, so anyway, so we'll play a little bit of this clip of his, which it was a Brett Keane question and answer video.
It's not a question of whether abortion is evil or not. It's a question of whether abortion is permissible or not. Whether it's good or evil, that's something you decide totally separately than the question of whether or not it should be legal. We shouldn't go around outlawing things because they're evil. Oh, this is evil. You know what? People need to be free to indulge in evil if that's what they want to do.
You know, what is that? I mean, what exactly is that? So do we have to redefine now what evil means? Okay, I don't even know where to go with that. Yes, of course, abortion isn't evil. That's the fucking question. And he turns that into making some sort of statement that people should have the right to be evil. What does that fucking mean? So they have the right to kill other people, and they should have the right to molest other people, and they should be able to steal people's what they own. They should be able to trespass against their privacy, or what the hell is he talking about? What I mean, there's no definition. Well, I have to concede there's no jokes in this video really. So I mean, if he's not making jokes, I mean, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about either. Well, you know, I mean, yeah, we use evil as a generic word. We use it as a filler for harm and destruction and a lot of things. And so if he's saying everybody should have the right to be destructive or to risk somebody else's life or to, you know, get drunk and drive through somebody else's living room, they should have the right to do that? I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So we agree, at least on this one, that this is not a joke video, but the fucking philosophy being expounded is jokeable. I mean, it's ludicrously stupid. Everybody should have the right to be evil? Fuck that. Alright, so we'll move on.
Do you approve of capital punishment? Explain.
No, I don't, because that is state-sanctioned killing, and I don't believe the government should have that kind of power. In fact, I don't believe anyone should have that kind of power. I don't think any person or body of people should be able to say, oh, this person deserves to die. You know, I don't understand the ethical difference between one Jeffrey Dahmer saying that, you know, this guy that I invited back to my apartment deserves to die, and a jury of 12 assholes deciding that Jeffrey Dahmer deserves to die. I don't see the difference. Explain it to me. Is it because,
Okay, I'll explain it to you. Jeffrey Dahmer's doing it for his self-interest. He's doing it because he wants something. He desires something. Alright? And that's the difference. The jury doesn't even want to fucking be there. They don't want to have anything to do with the whole fucking equation. They don't even have to contemplate the act. They don't have to look at the dead body pictures. They don't have anything to do with any of it. Alright? They're there, theoretically, as unbiased, undisinterested parties who are going to evaluate whether or not this human being is worth the fucking trouble. I mean, in the case of Jeffrey Dahmer's and the rest of them, yes, society's better off just putting them out of their misery. You wouldn't keep a rabid dog alive, not only because it's a torture and a torment to the dog itself, but second, because you wouldn't want the dog loose and running around and you know, giving other fucking animals rabies. Well, come on, realistically, it's not the same as that, but yeah, I have to concede. I don't where we go with this kind of logic. You know, when atheists are going to make distinctions about how long somebody lives, like that makes any fucking difference. I mean, we're all going to die someday anyway. There's obviously replacement human beings. There's 7 billion people here. They're going to be 7, they're going to be 8 billion, they're going to be 10 billion tomorrow. There's nothing stopping it. We're all replaceable. So it's not really when you die, it's how you die. And if you're a lousy, rotten piece of shit human being, if you're a broken motherfucking piece of shit, the society has a right to say, we want to deter you. We want to deter anybody else out there who's even contemplating being a motherfucking piece of shit from being a piece of shit. And we really have to have a penalty to do that. If we reward people for being criminals, they will be criminals. That's just fucking common sense. Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't have anything to do with fucking petty self-interest. The state, I mean, if the state's after revenge, then yes, the state shouldn't be allowed to kill anybody. But if the intention of the state is to protect society and to give some consolation to the victims' families or something, well, that's something. That's some measure of good purpose and good reason and good cause. And on top of that, I would still argue that it's you know, there's plenty of criminals who'd rather be dead than be in prison. I'd rather be dead than be in prison. So yeah, we should at least give the ones who want to voluntarily say, yeah, I'm guilty as fuck, kill me. We should just get it done the next fucking goddamn day. Yeah, and that's the system here. It's got this great love of life, but it has no respect for the quality of life, no regard for the dignity of life. It'll turn life into just we will behave and live like maggots and call it life because we have no respect that it should have some sort of dignity and character. And the fact that some human being is broken is just a fact. Some human beings are broken. They are incompatible with civilized society, and we have no obligation to them, especially when you think about the crimes that we you know, it's just preposterous that we, you know, this asshole will fucking eat an animal that never did him a bit of harm ever, and torture it for years in a fucking farm, and he'll justify that and say, yes, I'm going to give